You ever wake up already feeling stressed and you have no idea why? You wake up in the morning, but even before you grab your first cup of tea, your mind starts thinking many things. For example, yesterday you had a heated conversation with your team member, but today your mind just replayed that entire scene and your mind start to virtually reply to the queries raised by your team member in a different way in compare to you actually did yesterday. Like instead of saying you are not a team player, you could have said you need to align yourself with the project expectation. I call that exact mental state as stress carryover. You might shut down your laptop and tell yourself that the workday is over, but you internally saying to yourself that it is not. You are still thinking about the client call that just ended. The whole tense discussion keeps replaying in your mind. For example, the client might have said you are not managing the project efficiently, and during the call you did not react, but afterward your mind starts saying to yourself that how could he say that to me? Next, your mind quickly switch and starts worrying about tomorrow's presentation. You are sitting next to your spouse, virtually nodding, giving impression that you are hearing all the conversation, but in reality you are not. Your mind is thinking about the residual office work. And when that happens on every single day, your stress level keeps increasing and never really resets. It just piles up slowly, layer by layer, until to a situation that even a small discussion will increase your heart rate. Now, why does this happens? Let's look at what really causes stress to spill from one day into the next. Based on my coaching experience with professionals like you, I have found that there are three invisible patterns behind it. Number one, you never truly shut down. Think about your typical workday. You finish a late meeting, maybe send a few last emails, and then you close your laptop. Technically, you have ended your workday, but mentally, your brain did not get that signal. It's almost like leaving 10 browser tab open and walking away from your desk. The computer might look ideal, but it's still running. The mind keeps looping thoughts that did I send that report, or what if my boss asks me about the deadline tomorrow, or should I have explained that point better in the meeting? Since you have not yet trained your brain to transition out of work mode, it keeps running in the background all evening. And when you finally go to bed, you are not really resting, you are just recovering from exhaustion. And that's why even after 8 hours of sleep, you does not feel refreshed. The second one is your boundaries have silently blurred. Here is something most of us do not even realize. The moment work moved into our phones, our boundaries vanished. MS Teams, WhatsApp, Gmail, everything you need for work is sitting right in your pocket. You might be trying to enjoy dinner with your family, but one small ping, one unread message, and suddenly you're back in work mode. Your brain cannot tell you whether it's 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. All it knows is that something needs your attention. The problem is when your mind never gets a clear signal that work has ended, it stays in a state of mild alertness. It's like your nervous system is always waiting for the next notification, next task, and next problem. That's why so many professionals feel drained even after doing nothing on weekends because mentally they never left the office. And the third one is you overthink tomorrow before finishing today. This one's the sneakiest. Many of us are expert in living tomorrow before it even arrives. We replay today's meeting in our head, imagining what others thought of us. We plan for problems that have not even happened yet. We picture worst case scenarios and call it being prepared. But in reality, that's mental overdrive. You are burning energy for a future that does not exist yet. So, when tomorrow actually comes, you are already starting with the less energy, not because you worked too much, but because you worried too much. So, how do we fix this? That's exactly why I created my energy mastery blueprint. It's a simple but powerful system that helps you stop dragging yesterday's stress into today and finally starts your morning feeling calm, clear, and full of energy. Let me walk you through how it works. First step, protect your energy window. Every one of us has natural rhythm. Moments in the day when we feel sharp, creative, and unstoppable, and others when we feel foggy and tired. Most people ignore these rhythms completely. They hide their tiredness with cup of coffee and spend their peak focus hours on random tasks that do not really matter. Inside the energy mastery blueprint, I help you identify your prime energy window, those golden hours when your mind and body are at their best, and teach you how to align your most important work within that time. When you do this, something shifts. You stop fighting against your body's natural rhythm and starts working with it. You achieve more in less time and you no longer end your day mentally fried. That's how energy management begins. Step 2, build a powerful shutdown rituals. Most people think ending the day means switching off their laptop. But in fact, your mind needs closure, not just a shutdown button. That's where the mind shutdown rituals comes in. It takes barely 2 minutes, but it rewires your stress response completely. Here is what you should do. At the end of your day, write down 3 wins, even small ones count. Next, list 3 things that you or that can wait until tomorrow. Finally, take 3 deep breath and tell yourself out loud, workday complete, family mode on. Sounds simple, right? But the psychological impact is massive. It signals to your brain that the unfinished thoughts can rest for now, and it allows your nervous system to relax. Over time, this tiny ritual becomes the boundary your mind has been looking for. And the step 3, recharge through micro resets. We often treat rest as something that happens only on weekends or during vacation. But your energy does not work like a battery that you charge once a week. It needs daily maintenance. That's why I teach the idea of micro rest. A small intentional pause and that rest your body and mind during the day. It could be a 5 minutes walk after lunch, stretching between calls, or a no phone dinner with your family. These micro rests that that act like a tiny break that keep your performance engine running smoothly. You do not wait until you are completely drained to recharge. You refuel constantly, and that's what allows you to end your day with calm instead of collapse. When you start living with this rhythm, protect your energy window and closing your day with intention and recharging daily, you will notice a huge difference. You will stop waking up tired. You will find yourself being more patient with your family. Even your work will start feeling lighter because your mind will finally have a space to breathe. That's the magic of mastering energy. It's not about working less, it's about caring less. And once you stop carrying yesterday into today, life begins to feel balanced again. Now let's summarize our today's discussion. In summary, it's not your work that's burning you out, it's the carryover that's stealing your peace. Once you learn how to release it, you would realize that success does not have to come at the cost of your health or happiness. If what I have just shared today connects with you and you are ready to learn how to manage energy instead of just managing time, then I would love to personally invite you to my free masterclass. In that session, I will show you how to double your result without burning out using the exact step by step system I teach in the Energy Mastery Blueprint. You will learn how to end your days with calm, protect your best energy hours, and build a life where work, health, and family do not compete. In fact, they support each other. So click the link below and register right now. Give yourself the chance to experience what real balance feels like. A transformed person who wake up excited, work with focus and end day in peace. Because you do not have to choose between career success and inner calm, you deserve both. And I will show you how in my masterclass. See you there.